So welcome to Easy Limo Learning Simplified. My name is Eric. I'll be taking you through the topic divisibility tests, and for this lesson we look at the divisibility test for 9. So we'll start by looking at the divisibility test for 9. We look at some of the sample problems involving divisibility test for 9, and then at the end of the session we'll be able to give you some questions to help you with uh, practice and also to gauge your understanding of the same concept. So here is the test. How do you know that a number is divisible by 9 or not? So there is this condition that is already given here. So we say that a number is divisible by 9 if its digital sum is divisible by 9. It's more or less like the one for 3. So you basically need to sum up the digits. So for example here 1 you add to 2 is 3, and 3 you add to 6 is 9, and 9 is divisible by 9. So this number here is divisible by 9. So can you try maybe confirm that using the long division method? So we have this is 9, and then we have 126. So 12 here, remember now 1, if you try to divide 1 by 9 is going to be 0. So 0 appearing before the digit will not have much impact. So I'll start from 12. So 12 divided by 9 is 1, and 1 times 9 is 9. So if you subtract the 2 is 3, and if you drop this 6 down here, this is something that we'll be doing for some time. If you check our previous videos, you'll be able to see how we do the division, long division method. So 36 divided by 9 is 4, and 4 by 9 is 36, and you can see that our remainder is 0. This is how you know that the dividend is divisible by the divisor, if finally the remainder is 0 down there. So every time you get a 0 as a remainder, then you know that the dividend here is divisible by the divisor. So this is long division method to confirm that the number is divisible by 9. So we don't have to do all this. That long division method is tedious. It's so time consuming. So we can use the divisibility test. We can use this condition. We just check whether the digital sum is divisible by 9. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 6 is 9, and the 9 is divisible by 9, so the number 126 is divisible by 9. 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, and 9 is divisible by 9, so the number is divisible by 9. And all of them, you can do the same thing with all of them. So let's look at the first example here. Which of the following numbers is divisible by 9? So we want to check which one is divisible by 9. So we start with the first one here and sum up the digits. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5. We want to check whether it is giving us a number that is divisible by 9. So 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, and 12 plus 5 is 17. So 17 is not divisible by 9. So that will enable us to arrive at a conclusion that the number 23,435 is not divisible by 9. Let's look at the second one here. So we basically need to work on the digital sum. So we have 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 3. Okay, there's another 3 here. So plus 3, what do we get? So 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12, 12 plus 3 is 15, 15 plus 3 is 18. So you can see the digital sum is 18, and 18 is a multiple of, 18 here is divisible by 9, so we can conclude that this number here is divisible by 9. So you will write, remember here, the question is, which is, so we are focusing on the number that is divisible by 9, so we have gotten 1. So you'll write 34, 5, 33 is divisible by 9 since the digital sum is 18 and 18 is divisible. 18 is divisible by 9. So that's how you're supposed to frame the answer. First of all, you add the digits and then you see what you're getting. Then you compare this with the condition. So the condition is that the digital sum should be a number that is divisible by 11. So we have added our digits and what we are getting is 18. So we can confirm that the number is divisible by 9 because the digital sum is 18. You must be able to give the evidence here. So the digital sum is 18 and 18 is divisible by 9. So we can conclude that this number 34,000 So we can then conclude that the number 34,533 is divisible by 18 because of the digital sum, which is 18. So you first of all sum up the digits, and then you see what you are getting, and then you confirm. You compare that with the condition that is set for a number to be divisible by 9. That the digital sum ought to be a number that is divisible by 9. So now that you have added the digits and you are ending up with 18 and 18 is divisible by 9, we can then conclude that the number 34,533 is divisible by 9. So let's look at this one here, 3456. So 3,456 is divisible by 9. So is divisible by 9. That is the question mark. So you sum up the digits. So 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. What is it equal to? So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12, and 12 plus 6 is 18. So you conclude that 3456 is divisible by 9 since the digital sum is 18 and 18 is divisible by 9. So you simply restate the condition necessary for a number to be divisible by 9. You simply say that the digital sum is 18 and 18 is divisible by 9. So we have the second example here. You're supposed to state with reason whether the following numbers are divisible by 9 or not. Remember, in the previous example, you're just supposed to focus on the number that was divisible by 9. Here, whether the number is divisible by 9 or not, you still have to give reason why. In the previous example, that is example 1, you were just supposed to focus on the one that was divisible by 9 because look at the question the way it was framed initially. Which of the following is divisible? So you needed only to focus on the one that was divisible by 9. So when you move now to example number 2, whether divisible or not, you have to give reason. So let's check number A here, 32,467. Is it divisible by 9? So you simply do the same thing, you sum the digits. So 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7. So this is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. And 15 plus 7 is 22. So you will conclude and say here that 32,467 is not divisible by 9 since the digital sum is 22 and 22 is not divisible by 9. So you have to give reason why you think the number is not divisible by 9. So you conclude that the number 32,467 is not divisible by 9 since the digital sum is 22 and 22 is not divisible by 9. So you restate the same condition. So what about B, which is 986,201? You do the same thing. You simply add 9 to 8 to 6 to 2 to 0 to 1. Then you see what you're getting. So 9 plus 8 is 17 plus 6 is 23. 23 plus 2 is 25. 25 plus 1 is 26. So you'll write 26. So the number 986201 is not, so is not divisible by 9 since the digital sum is 26 and 26 is not, so 26 is not divisible by 9. So the difference between example number 1 and example number 2 is that for example number 1, you are only to focus on the one that was divisible by 9. In the example number 2, you are supposed to give reason for either whether divisible or not. You have to give reason why you feel the number is divisible by 9 or why you feel the number is not divisible by 9. And of course, as you do that, you are basically supposed to restate the condition necessary for a number to be divisible by 9. So that marks the end. Here is a simple question to help you with practice, just to check on your understanding of the concept as discussed through the session. Otherwise, that marks the end of the session. Goodbye.